ladies and gentlemen, from Pongal politics, we now turn to another festival being harvested for petty politics, Magh Bihu, one of the three major Bihu festivals of Assam. It is enjoyed with food, music, dance and bonfire. However, Assam Congress chose this auspicious occasion to share an incendiary post showing the state BJP headquarters on fire. An AI visual at that. The accompanying caption read, "May the flames of the festival destroy all evil forces." The post was quickly taken down, but not before the BJP took screenshots. They are now calling it calculated incitement and a direct insult to both Sanatan traditions and Assamese identity. Pushed to the corner from all quarters, the Congress chose denial as its response. They call it fake news, despite proof staring them in the face. One can't expect Rahul Gandhi, who has in the past talked about Dande Maro to the Prime Minister, to condemn this incitement. But will Priyanka Gandhi, who is the Congress in charge for Assam Poll Screening Committee, endorse this?
Eto hinkar manosikota, eto ঘৃণাৰ মানসিকতা, অসমীয়া ভাষা সংস্কৃতিৰ লগত কংগ্ৰেছৰ কোনো সম্পৰ্ক নাই। মানুহে নিজে বুজি পাইছে যে কংগ্ৰেছ দলটোৱে মাঘ বিহুৰ ভোগালীৰ উৰুকা একো বুজি নাপায়, তেওঁলোকে খালি মিয়াক বুজি পায়।
You're watching the News Hour at 9, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining Pradeep Bhandari, Anand Ranganathan and Sanjay Jha on the debate is Professor Atikur Rahman, Islamic scholar. But my first question back to Sanjay Jha. And Sanjay Jha, Mohabbat ki dukaan mein, what is the saman that you are selling? Here is an AI picture. You're celebrating Magh Bihu. There's a bonfire, and the bonfire, you've run out of ideas. The only bonfire image that you can find is burning up the BJP headquarters in Assam. Is this your idea of love?
Well, there are 2 points here I want to make. The first one is that I think if anybody has followed Assam politics over the last couple of years, whether it's love jihad or land jihad, or the whole issue of immigrants, right, bringing in this infiltration, Bangladesh, etc., it has been the BJP at the forefront. Let's not even try and mince words. We know the kind of vicious and ugly tweet that came out, Navika. I don't want to even repeat it. It had a horrible communal overtone, released by a very senior guy in the BJP from Assam after the Bihar elections. So this is the core character of the Bharatiya Janata Party. As far as this particular tweet is concerned, I gathered it a little later. It actually doesn't say anything about the BJP burning or anything of the kind. It talked about forces of evil who have been trying to divide the state, getting justice from the people in terms of seeing their extinction at the hands of a public verdict.
Let's not beat around the bush. If such an image of the Congress headquarters had been put out by the BJP, from here to Soros land, you would have cried blue murder. You would have said that in this country, liberals and Mohabbat ki dukans are being burned. I'm asking you again, if it wasn't wrong, if the BJP was not the idea, then why did the Congress take off and delete that post? The fact is that they were spreading hate, my friend. Why can't you confess?
Yeah, let me tell you something very categorically. Any political party getting carried away in the heat of the election and in the process putting out any material that appears inflammatory has to be withdrawn and has to be condemned. I'm not endorsing that at all. The larger message, I put the image aside for a moment, but the text of the message was not about BJP. It was about people who were creating a very poisonous environment in the state.
And this country is extremely innocent. It doesn't know who you mean and who you are pointing at. And when they do it, Pradeep Bhandari, it's in the heat of election. Well, when they are allowed to make these statements.
I want you to see this image of the Leh Ladakh BJP office, which was vandalized, and the prime accused was a congressman who was carrying sticks. So the Congress party now has put an image inspired by what is happening in Bangladesh with the Hindus in order to incite and prove a point of cultural vandalism. Their Assam chief did not even wish Bihu till 5:20 p.m. And at the same time, they had the tenacity and the urgency to put a post which is about burning the Bharatiya Janata Party office. This is what tolerance is of Rahul Gandhi. And Sanjay, you were giving us lectures of hate speech. This is exactly what hate speech was, because historically also you have done it, and now you are saying that you want to come on the streets and beat up your political opponent and put their offices on fire. And another point, this is also Bailagar, and Bailagar is extremely important when it comes to Bihu, sir. So you have also disrespected the pride of Assam and the Assam culture. On this day, Rahul Gandhi should apologize.
And it's not a one-off. I want to bring in Atikur Rahman. It's not a one-off. It is a pattern. I mean, if the Assam, well, there's a problem with that connection there. But Atikur Rahman, if you can hear me, the question is simply this. It's not the first time. They say, Modi teri kabr khudegi. They say, Modi ko dande se maro, and this is none else than Rahul Gandhi. Then they have these pictures coming out. Is this your idea of a democracy where the opposition doesn't have to fight the treasury benches? They have to burn them up. They have to dig graves for them. Is this not rated as a hate speech or a hate act?
So, Navika ji, I believe the Congress has woken up from its deep slumber, and they are, too late doing this, and they are returning the things to the BJP in the same coin. Now, this is just an image you are
objecting to. So, you are justifying this.
They have literally pulled down a mosque of the Muslims in Ayodhya. In front of the entire nation in the world. The Babri Masjid was pulled down by the BJP and its followers.
You still have the pain of Prabhu Shri Ram being built in Ayodhya. That pain is not done.
Allow that sunne dijiye. Yes, go on Atikur Rahman.
Arrogance. Sir, Mr. Pradeep Bhandari, may I remind you, tomorrow there are elections in Mumbai. So, be kindly don't show your arrogance on this channel. Otherwise, you will be losing votes. Anyhow, so I was just saying that in UP, in MP, and entire
about voting for the BJP,
the Imam murdered was burned down. Navika ji. Yes, by the Sangh elements, this was done, and just by the Congress, showing an image on the social media, you are so rattled. The Congress is too late. They are returning the things in the same coin to the BJP. This communalism, in Indian politics, Navika ji, is pulling down the entire Indian society.
But Madni Saab is saying that the Congress has increased the communalism. Today, badle rang nazar aate hain.
Navika, the India ranks as the
isn't it true that if the Congress would not have treated the BJP and the RSS with kid gloves, this day the Congress wouldn't have been out of power.
So what are you saying?
Since so long.
All right. So first you are justifying the tweet put out by the Congress party, and now you are saying the Congress party should have decimated the RSS and the BJP, and that is the language of love, Anand Ranganathan. That is the language of love. That is the language of tolerance.
No, of course, and look at the shamelessness with which people are cushioning this unbelievable incendiary as well as hateful tweet by the Congress. But then again, we should be used to it by now, because history tells you that Congress and fire go hand in hand. Do you remember in 2017, Shakuntala, Congress leader in Mandsaur, said, "Phook dalo, police station ko phook dalo." Then in December 2019, Pradeep Maji, Congress leader in Odisha, said, "Keep petrol and diesel ready. Whenever you get the signal, burn everything down." It was Jagdish Tytler in 2020, I think, when he was in charge of Odisha. He said, "Sab jala do." And you remember who were the Congress leaders who were convicted in Godhra train burning? Bilal and Rahman. So Congress and fire go a long way. I don't even want to talk about the dastardly act that Congress leaders committed as far as setting things on fire in 1984 genocide. So let's not go there. The fact of the matter is that they can be as bigoted, as hateful as they want, because they want to rationalize and justify everything. For them, action and reaction go hand in hand. Shameful, distasteful tweet.
Well, I want to ask you, Sanjay Jha, once and for all, let's be unambiguous. What is wrong is wrong. If the BJP does it, you take no time in condemning it. Rightly so. But when the Congress does it, why are you pussyfooting?
Well, you know, there are contrary views. I mean, I have also read reports where the Congress has said this is manufactured news that the BJP has.
Well, it's a screenshot, my friend. You know, the Congress calls it fake and you believe it. If the BJP were to give the same explanation for some of their posts, you will believe it, Sanjay Jha? Will you give them a, you know?
Navika, you're missing the seminal point that I'm making. India is today ranked as the 4th most dangerous country in the world for mass violence against Muslims in particular. I think we should be discussing that. That is the
no
real
wonder
worry.
that Prime Minister rightly called you as the Muslim League Maoiwadi Congress, sir. How can you justify Sanjay as an educated man?
I can only say one thing, Sanjay Jha. It takes two to tango. Tali do haath se bachti hai. And if there is a problem in India's you know, ratings in this department, then we must not only point fingers. Every time you point a finger, there are 3 pointing back at you. And therefore, introspection, my friend, at every level is extremely important, especially if you claim to run a mohabbat ki dukaan. A mohabbat ki dukaan jisme aag ka saman, that really doesn't wash very well. We leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on the News Hour tonight. With that, it's a wrap. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back tomorrow with the News Hour at 9.